Good morning and happy Moon Day, everyone. If you are here live with me, please check in, say hello. And if you're not able to be here with me live, the replay will be available on Facebook, also at Claudia Thompson, Moon Powered Astrologer, or Moon Powered Astrology on YouTube. And guess what? I have learned Instagram last week. So I'm going to start doing pop-ups and play with that. So my Instagram channel is also Moon Powered Astrology. So you can check that out. And of course, I love the fact that you follow me on Facebook. Like, comment, share. I love it when you comment. And I'm so grateful to those of you who shared my show last week. Thank you so much. So, you know how we always start out? We start out with the heart drop, right? To bring ourselves into the present. So, we're going to do that. And then we're going to go back to it. So, let's prime that pump. And hi, Denise. Good morning. And so, hi, Doug. Oh, good morning, Doug. Doug in Seattle. But it's chilly up there. We're having big winds down here. So, in this moment, put your feet on the floor, palms up in your lap. Feel your hips supported by the chair that you're on. Feel your feet on the floor and take a breath all the way from the tips of your toes all the way up. Inhale through your nose, all the way to the top of your head, and exhale through your mouth. Long, cleansing exhale. And the next breath, as it comes up, you feel all your cells, all those trillions of cells enlivened with the prana, the life force from source. Exhale. Become aware of where your breath is in your body. Is your belly moving? Do you feel the cells all the way from the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes to the top of your head being enlivened, quickening? They love it when you pay attention to them. On the next inhalation, when you get to the top of your head, white light pours down through your crown chakra, filling your body with white light that cleanses away all negativity, any distractions that are keeping you from being here with me in this present moment. On the next breath, inhale all the way up. And as that white light begins to pour down, see your consciousness, your thinkety-think, any distractions, move away as your consciousness and awareness focuses behind your facial mask, coming down through your throat, down through your chest, coming to rest in your heart. And even though your belly's still moving, because it's like the bellows of an organ, breathe in and out of your heart. Feel your shoulders drop a little bit more. Everything relaxing, so safe in the present moment in your heart. And on the next breath, your heart, all four chambers fill with beautiful, rosy, self-loving light. And now another breath brings the ray, the emerald ray, into your heart. The heart healing ray that heals your heart and opens it to love again. We've been healing a lot of wounds and releasing a lot of old perceptions and emotional hurts this year. So allow this all to just be cleansed away as you come to rest in your heart with this beautiful rosy and emerald light. Love, love, love yourself. Deeply appreciate and love yourself. Prime the pump of your life and your body with self-love. And now that light moves through your whole body, through your skin, filling your auric field. You are surrounded and filled with self-love and a healed heart. And now this energy is the field that you are in with me now and will continue to walk in the rest of the day. Every time you focus there and breathe in and out of your heart. Couple more breaths. and open your eyes and come here to be with me. Well, a big weekend, right? We had new moon in Aquarius, the third new moon in a row. That was a super moon at 1 degree. We'll have 2 more. So it underscores the fact that we are in a time of new beginnings. The past is gone. And this new moon was in the sign of the visionary futurist. And yet Saturn continues to travel through Aquarius. Saturn is tradition. It can keep us mired in the past, making us feel contained instead of as free as Aquarius loves to be. It's a freedom junkie of the zodiac. And so if you're finding that that's true, I'm going to talk about how you can use that a little bit. But you're definitely in a time of new beginnings, and that means that the past has to be left behind. It doesn't exist. It's not real. The only point of power is the present moment. And then yesterday, Uranus moved direct in Taurus, and this tells us that financial stability will go up and down and up and down, and there will be fluctuations and surprises. So don't be a risk taker right now. Just make sure that you have what you need. And that's what Taurus reminds us, that when you know you are enough, you have enough. And what is enough? That's really the question that Taurus asks. How much do you need? Is what you are, what you own, helping you be of use in the world with your purpose and your path? Or is it just stuff? And, we all love to have beautiful things around us. That's part of Taurus too. But the beauty of nature is really what Taurus points to. So as of yesterday, with Uranus moving direct, all the planets are moving direct. Yeah. And so the path to your highest vision is clear. The last cycle in Capricorn told you to make a plan, have a strategy, be willing to take your plan step by step, solid footing underneath it, as you gather the resources that you need, knowing that you are your greatest resource. And it reminds you to be disciplined, devoted, dedicated, and carry those things forward. This is one of the things that Saturn, Aquarius reminds you, that in order to have freedom, you have to take responsibility. And you need to be the authority in your life, connected to your highest authority, your higher self, as much as possible. So you might feel that, as I mentioned, that there's some containment going on. It's like, well, all the planets are direct. Yes, green light, boogie, wonderful. The momentum picks up. The transitional time that we're in becomes more and more apparent. But the main job is to exit your cage. What is the cage of containment that you've accepted as we move away from the old paradigms? And this is huge because our brains are patterned with these old paradigms of the way we do business, the way we approach life, period. So Aquarius asks you if it's for the greater good, if it uplifts your humanity and humanity in general. So that's the challenge, to exit your cage. And I don't know if you set some intentions, but in just a couple of minutes, we're gonna set some intentions and do a meditation process that was downloaded to me that I found to be really fun and very powerful. So the health watch for Aquarius is the ankles, the shins, the circulatory system. Hello, somebody just checked in. So hello. The circulatory system. And yes, the wind is really something here, and my wind chimes are having a ball. I so enjoy them. So also Uranus, Saturn being the ruler of Aquarius, reminds us structure, our bone structure, etc., is very important. And our circulatory system, keeping our circulation going in the winter. Sometimes challenging if you're in a really cold climate, but very important. And also Uranus, co-ruler of Aquarius, rules the electrical impulses through the nervous system. So remembering to breathe, to drop into your heart, to notice, because Aquarius is an air sign, which means mental energy. So be sure to make that longest journey from the head to the heart, that 18-inch journey. And stay in your heart as much as possible. You'll find you're much more calm. So in relationships, sometimes Aquarius can seem very detached, but that's because Aquarius really feels the collective. That's big. That's a lot of energy. And so this reminds you of the balance between retreating, time for yourself, and time to be out and about. And friends are a big, big boon and focus of Aquarius. So the chart for the new moon had all kinds of stuff about relationship, reminding us about the balance between the other and ourselves, what we give, and how there's an equal give and take, fairness, justice, truth, all of these things. Being free to be yourself and express your unique brilliance within a relationship, feeling supported in that. And also the fact that, as a quote from Mott, one of the big goddess energies, is everything is connected to everything else. And that's what Aquarius reminds us. The star card in the Tarot is the Aquarius card. And because that woman in the star card is pouring water into a pond, people ask me all the time, well, isn't it a water sign? No, what that is indicating is the flow of a new consciousness that Aquarius brings to Earth. And it starts with you. Yeah. So this is the time to create a vision. This is, as I mentioned, the visionary futurist of the zodiac. So one of the big words for this cycle is envision. And of course, all of you who follow me know that it's also about feelization. If you can feel it, you can heal it. And if you can feel it, the frequency exists and it's manifesting already. So you want to create a vision that includes every area of your life and how you want your life to feel in this time of new earth that's being born, this time of humanity rising to more and more to its full potential. In business, Aquarius is really good with groups, community. So it's a great time to act locally while having an impact globally. Yeah. So, that also helps keep the space cadet aspect of Aquarius, coming back in to the body and to the present moment, which, as I've mentioned, is the only point of power. And then when it comes to beauty, hi, Lillian, good morning. When it comes to the beauty aspect, Aquarians tend to look young. They look younger than their years. And they kind of break the bonds of all kinds of restrictions and traditions in society when they make friends with Saturn and can move to the Uranian aspect. This is the time to look at what your unique brilliance is and what your unique gifts are. And when it comes to beauty, that can mean bright colors or, hair that's many colors, just really letting your freak flag fly, kind of that sort of thing, and just enjoying it, and finding beauty in everything and everyone, because everything is connected to everything else, right? There's only one of us here. And that's what last year's theme was about, was, us crossing the bridge to an awareness of oneness. We're still on that bridge, but we've made great strides. Yeah. We've been pushed into some situations where we've made great strides. So it was also Chinese New Year, the new moon, which, that's the way the Chinese calendar goes. And this is the year of the rabbit. So this is a year of drive and ambition in the pursuit to find a resolution to a predicament. This is so right on to the predicament that has presented itself out of no personal fault or inadequacy. It's what we're living in, right? The challenge in this time is to not get caught in the collective or group think narrative. It will bring your frequency down. So if you have a tribe where the group is uplifting each other, that's a different thing. And I feel like in the time of Aquarius with this cycle, this is when we really, really have a yearning to find our tribe, to be with people of like frequency and like mind. And having touchstones like this, if you're not able to live in a community like that all the time, is so helpful because it can recharge you. And with Jupiter in Aries, inspired growth is the word, those are the bywords of the day, as long as Jupiter is in Aries, which will be until May when it moves into Taurus. So at that, right now, you've really got some wind beneath your wings, but you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a vision. And by the way, just another addition to the Chinese New Year, the year of the rabbit. If you were born in 1951, 1963, 1976, 1987, 1999, 2011, or 2023, I know you were all not born in 2023, but it's a really good year for people born in those years. So there you have it. So change, transition, adaptability, flexibility. These are things that you've got to have if you think of the rabbit, and the way the rabbit is always on the alert for changes and is able to turn on a dime and move away to save its own life. That's kind of where we are with the year of the rabbit. So let's talk a little bit about the moon. Where's the moon going to be this week? And now that these planets are moving forward, how can we use them? What are they telling us? So I'm going to go through the movements of the moon this week. We have the moon just moved into Pisces at 9:35 a.m. today. Moved from the air of Aquarius, into Pisces. We're still in the new moon phase until tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to do a new moon meditation. So you want to use this energy. If you haven't set your intentions, energy follows intention, and your intentions are what are going to keep you anchored and keep you on track. And when you're able to just drop into that frequency of your vision and walk it on the planet, you'll be contributing mightily to this shift in energy to a higher and higher level, bringing heaven to earth. That's what Pisces reminds us we're capable of. But the fact that we must stay in touch with that which inspires us and just connected to spirit as much as possible, using our imagination, knowing that magic exists in the world and in our lives, and that we are alchemists, connected to spirit, having everything we need to create that magic in our own lives. The downside of Pisces can be getting caught in victimhood and drama and not honoring our sensitivities and moving into suffering, which can be a construct of the ego. We all go through pain in our lives, but suffering is something that gets hung on to by the ego. So with Pisces, it's good to move. It's good to dance. It reminds you that the lymph system, your inner ocean, needs to be addressed, especially in the winter when we can catch bugs and things. So it also, for the next 2.5 days, you'll have easy access to the dream life. So keep track of your dreams. I know I talked to a client yesterday who said he couldn't access his dreams, and he's so set up for it in his chart. It's because he was taking a prescription to go to sleep. And I said, well, try melatonin, turning off your television, any stimulation, at least an hour before you go to sleep. Sometimes that can be a challenging discipline, but it's really important because it allows, your pineal, which is activating after the lights, after the light, after sundown. So keep track of your dreams, journal them. You'll be getting messages. Neptune's still in Pisces, so those messages are still coming through. Tuesday at 5:42 p.m., the moon moves into the crescent phase. The crescent phase, what are the keywords? If those of you who have my guide who've gone to my website, Moon Powered Astrology, and have gotten your moon phases at a glance, can look across and see that the crescent phase, moonrise in the crescent phase, is at 9 a.m., moonset is 9 p.m., and the keywords are moving away from the inertia of the past. So in the crescent phase, the sprout comes up reaching for the light, but it feels the pull of the roots of the past holding it down. So pick what's secure. Thank those who taught you, who provided food, clothing, and shelter for you. Keep the love, let the rest go. Yeah. Life was never meant to be a struggle. Stuart Wilde wrote a little book about that years ago. It's a great one to just have with you. It's a little book, but it's called Life Was Never Meant to Be a Struggle. And that's what the crescent phase reminds you. Where are you struggling? With the South Node still in Scorpio, it's giving you messages as to what your energy is still invested in that no longer serves you, because we are going into the future. We are creating the future and living it in the present moment. That's how it can happen, and it is happening. On a Wednesday, the moon moves into Aries at 10:47 a.m. And with Jupiter in Aries, remember, inspired growth. So you might really begin to feel the wind beneath your wings. You've heard me say many times that the moon moves forward, that the universe moves forward like a locomotive, not a rocket. So it's going to be this kind of, walking on a moving ship as that ship moves out of harbor into a new way of being. It's going to roil back and forth a bit. So that's why it's really important that you have a clear vision of where you want to go and how you want it to feel. So spend some time with that. You might get some intentions, at the new moon for the things that I mentioned in health and relationship and business, and beauty or home and family. Just 4, that's plenty, because of the feelization aspect that gets your mojo working and fast tracks things. You don't want to overload yourself or overwhelm yourself, so you can stay focused. But also in all the areas of your life, craft your vision. Take time to move inward and look at how you want your life to feel and what that landscape looks like. Thursday's just a quiet day. The moon stays in Aries, so it's a good day to just boogie on the energy and ask yourself, what do I want to pioneer? What do I want to grow? What are the new ideas that are coming to me? What are the ideas, period, that I want to, the wagon I want to hitch, the star I want to hitch my wagon to as we move forward with all of this beautiful energy. Friday, the moon moves into Taurus at 3:43 p.m. And of course, that also, Taurus always reminds you, have you taken a walk in nature? Have you gotten out in nature? Are you honoring your 5 senses? Are you getting massages? Are you getting hugs? These are all Taurus things. Also, ear, nose, and throat. I'm somebody, I have a Taurus moon. So with wind like this, I will be wearing earmuffs. Take care of yourself. Really, really protect yourself. If you're sensitive in those areas, if you got that Taurus energy. So, this is a good time. We enter the first quarter phase on Saturday at 7:18 a.m. So that's the time to take action. There's one more week until the full moon. So this waxing outward active building energy is what you want to boogie on in the first quarter for the following 3.5 days, starting Saturday. So it's a great time to work on personal issues that might be blocking your progress. So target that. I mean, this is a time of growth. We are all growing, and we're growing up. And that's what this country is asked to do. Grow up. Stop allowing someone else to control your narrative. Big one. We've talked about that before so many times. So on Sunday, you might find that open-minded discussions are supported. And it's a good time to invest time and resources in a long-term goal, because you'll feel inspired to do so. So it's a great week coming up as the energy turns. We have shadow periods where the planets catch up to where they were when they moved in retrograde motion. So some of these shadows are going to be 2 to 3 months long. For instance, Mars, now direct, will not move out of shadow until March 24th. So you continue to not just be like a race car, but to be grounded. And because Uranus is direct, you still the transportation thing that I've mentioned to you, and Mars in Gemini, which rules transportation. Be really mindful when you're driving. Be present. I always put light around my car and call in my angels and guides when I'm driving, and they tell me to watch everything around me and to worship with my eyes, and that the forces that are protecting me will get me where I'm going as long as I am present in the moment while I'm in my car. It's so, so important. So You're marching to the beat of a different drummer when the cycle is Aquarius. And what is your different drum beat? Ask yourself, what does that mean for you? I march to the beat of a different drummer. It certainly means that you're not programmed by society or the media. And there was a message I just missed coming through. So thank you for that. Whatever that was. If it was a question, please put it up again. Oh, good, Lillian. Thank you so much. She said this is very helpful. So I hope it's helpful for everybody else watching too. So don't get caught in the shadow, as I mentioned, of the collective. That's the big one with Aquarius. It's really easy. And that would mean that you're going with the hoi polloi, that you're just going along and you're not really thinking of what you're, using your own mind and heart together to create the vision you have for yourself and humanity. So what I want to do now is I want you to take one of your new moon intentions. And if you haven't made your new moon intentions, we're still in the new moon phase today. So do it today. And we'll go through the process and then you can repeat that. But when I say it's the time to envision, to create a vision, it's big. And so the intentions that you set can start a process of getting in touch with what your vision is. I know I worked with someone last year, and her vision, we revisited it 3 times, and I do vision mentoring with people. And also, if you'd like a reading, the link is either on the screen or on my Facebook page. So if you'd like a reading, make an appointment. It's a great time with these planets moving direct. It's like, whoa, how do I use this energy to my best advantage? Always for your highest good and greatest joy and most powerful evolution. So, we're gonna take one of our intentions and just make it a simple one. Intentions always start out with I happily and thankfully create, intend, manifest, whatever it is. It might be I happily and thankfully manifest my highest vision for my life, and that's a really big one. But it also might be I happily and thankfully set in motion a program that makes my circulation healthy and keeps my nervous system calm and healthy. A little long, but it still works just fine. And same thing with relationships. Oh, thank you, Kat. Thank you. So, relationships, like I said, they were all over this new moon chart. So it really is the time that reminds us we are shifting from codependence to interdependence. Huge. We've been in the codependent model, who knows how long, thousands of years probably. But we are moving into interdependence and recognizing that. Since the truth is there's only one of us here in this field of consciousness with many, many unique expressions. That's very Aquarian, right? So write down one intention. I happily and thankfully. It can be home and family, your business, your health, relationships, or another category. You choose it. And write it down, because writing is a form of instant manifestation. So write it down somewhere. And then close your eyes. Feel the breath come and go, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe in through your nose all the way up, the light comes down and you begin to drop that awareness down behind your facial mask, through your throat, through your chest, down into your heart. Breathe in and out of your heart. And now you see yourself step into your heart. The 4 chambers are opened up like the most beautiful home you can possibly imagine. Or it could be just a very large room. If you're in one of the chambers, you can either choose a chamber, you can see all 4 chambers interrelated, but you are in a room that is filled with that beautiful rosy and green vibration. It just feels so warm and cozy in this room because it's filled with self-love. and confidence. And as you look all the way around the room, what's around you is a screen, a 360-degree screen. And on that screen is projected your intention. What does that world look like? Get a really good visual. Turn around and take a look at the whole 360-degree vision of that intention. Note the colors, any people that are there, the landscape, any details. And now the screen comes alive. It's 3D, and you are in your vision. What does it feel like? Feel all the feelings that go into what you've created visually with your intention. Step into that world. Might even be like through the looking glass when Alice moves like through a liquid mirror into another world. Feel the enthusiasm. Feel the joy of your like-minded tribe. Feel what it's like to live in a world where love is the currency that flows between people. All the unique creative brilliance of each person being supported. It's a love revolution for all of humanity. Your community, you're living there now, might be vibrant health, relationships that are frequency match with all kinds of wonderful people and your friends. The groups and associations that support you. What are you feeling? Joy, I hope. Celebration, perhaps. You might be seeing and feeling a lot of light. And that vision, that place that you are, extends out into the world. It is now your world. Really take note of the way that feels. You ought to have an inner smile, if not an outer smile by this time, as that energy, that vision becomes true and real within you and all around you. And when you are complete, open your eyes. And you are still in that frequency until you come out. If you're staying in your heart, charging that frequency with your emotional energy and your envisioning energy, you're living there. Just ask yourself, if you want to please Saturn and use it well, what is the daily structure that will help me maintain that frequency, that feeling, living my vision, daring to be that radical revolutionary rebel that lives that vision every day, as many moments as possible. Go into that room in your heart. If you pop out of the feeling of that vision and just move back into it. It lives in your heart. It's energized and supported by your heart. So write your intentions today. Go into that amphitheater, that room of your heart, and see that screen, that 360. And just do the feelization with each intention. I happily and thankfully now manifest. And what is the fertile soil that all intentions are planted and flourish in? Does anybody out there know? Gratitude. I know my beautiful behind the scenes co-host today, Debbie Garcia, had a program. She's the creator, originator, and founder of Spirituality Gone Wild. And she had a program called Cup of Grata. And I think of that every morning when I write my intentions and my gratitude. This is a time to journal. This is a time to be deliberate in your intentions, to look at what the intentions that you set in Capricorn, moving them forward from the plan you'd like, that vision from the mountaintop, to actually living the vision and laying it down and letting it be like a living document, a living process in your life. As you evolve, it evolves. So I don't know if any of you have any questions. If you don't, I encourage you to enjoy that different drum beat this week, to love your friends and your life and yourself. Remember when I showed you the thymus and tapping, saying I deeply love and appreciate myself at least 3 times, so you mean it. Yeah. So I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful week. Now that we've got a green light for our lives, step out with confidence. Step out and be your radical, beautiful self. You are the light workers. You are those who are becoming the galactic transcendent humans. That's what we're becoming. Yes, Lillian keeps a gratitude journal. I love it. And I love all of you. How much? Well, to the moon and way beyond. Have a beautiful day.